Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. You joined me at the Quail. We're here in Monterey attending Car Week and all the festivities that go around it. And the Quail, this particular event, is sort of the top automotive prestigious event of the year, if you will. And what we're seeing are a whole bunch of crazy cars all around, 20, 30, $40 million cars, just like insane stuff. I don't know, things that you may have never even heard of that are just so much money. But also, we're not really talking about those in this video. There have been a bunch of electric car unveils that have happened today. So everything from an Acura ZDX to Kia announcing they're making an EV9 GT. There's a Rimac Nevera special edition that we're certainly going to show you, and Mate is here as well. It's just an amazing situation. So I figured I'd take you on a tour of all the electric vehicles here. They have Myers, Manx, electric stuff. You never know what we're gonna find at these things. So join me, we do these often. Let's go see all of the electric cars at the Quail, which is a subset event of all of the Monterey Car Week events. There will be other electric cars coming and spotlights coming as well. Lotus Electra is here, Lotus Evija. ZDX will have individual videos on, and some others as well. We have a lot of filming to do this week, so let's go. I got a lot of cars to show you. Well, we're starting off in this little back nook, if you will, and there's just amazing cars around. And we decided to come over here because there's a few electric cars right off the bat. Pininfarina is just over here, so I want to show you some of their electric super and hyper cars. But we also have Kia sponsoring this event pretty heavily. Here they are in partnership with actually Road and Track, where you have an EV9 SUV. We've made a full video of this car on our channel, and Max also filmed this car for the Guide channel. So if you're interested in EV9 stuff, we have a bunch out there already. 3-row SUV, going to be close to 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. Interestingly, charges slower than the smaller 77 kilowatt hour battery pack out of the Ioniq 5 and EV6. That's odd. And here's, of course, one of my favorite electric cars of the year, the EV6 GT. Alyssa and I are actually heading to Germany in a couple weeks. We'll have one of these on test for top speed runs, Nürburgring laps, all the fun stuff. So lots of EV6 GT videos to come. 576 horsepower, if I remember correctly, 77.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, 240 kilowatt charging, highway drive assist, big brakes, limited slip diff in the rear, just insane, cool interior. This is the exact spec that we had on our review. We did a really spicy Canyon review of this car. Just full sideways everywhere, really fun, great brakes, great drivetrain, but you really have to optimize the car thermally to get the most out of it. Come join me around this way because there's just amazing things. Here you can see sort of a celebration of all things Pininfarina, which is a Italian design firm, of course, that is actually now starting to produce their own vehicles, which I find is fairly interesting. They have a technical partner as Rimac, producing a lot of the chassis and stuff. They're doing some styling elements and stuff like that. But come join me just over here because I don't think we have shown a Pininfarina Battista on this channel once before, right, Alyssa?
Yes.
Yes, and it was over there. But this one's on, it seems to be open, and take a look at this. Just absolutely amazing. You can see the door is open right now. The fans are running, so there's got to be some climate situation going. This essentially underneath is similar to a Nevera from a technical side of things, but of course with Pininfarina specific adaptations and stuff like that. So really cool interior. Look at that cockpit view just on the inside. Absolutely insane hypercar. We're talking millions of dollars, not hundreds of thousands. And then we also have a new Pininfarina design concept here, sort of an SUV. You're going to need the wide lens for this thing because holy smokes, it's huge. I have to get the correct name for you so I don't butcher it. It is the Pura Vision design concept. And yeah, it just looks kind of interesting, doesn't it? Come, let's take a look. Pininfarina is all about design. So you can see the very concept car interior situation and just I don't know, can I say, doesn't really look good?
No, it's terrible.
So not, I don't know. It's got like really chunky prototypey tires on it. Anyway, let's head on down this way. This is basically the Battista, but in a roadster form, if you will. It's called the Barchetta 95. No windshield, no roof, big smiles, well over 1,000 horsepower. Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires. big ceramic brakes, awesome looking cabin. Just a really cool technical masterpiece of a car. Again, Pininfarina not necessarily responsible. It's really a B95. They're only building 10 of them. They're not really responsible for the technical portion of the car. Again, that's a lot of Rimac technology. And yeah, so just looking here, top speed, more than 186 miles an hour, 300 kph, 0 to 60, less than 2 seconds. Price, more than you can afford, pal. That's not on the sign, but it should be. So you can see just crazy old, amazing Ferraris everywhere. There's reimagined Porsches over here to the left. I mean, amazing things. But I want to keep this very electric focused, as we typically do when we attend these events. So let's head on over, and Lotus Electra I want to show you, and Avaya. Also Rolls-Royce Spectre is over here. So it's really buzzing around here. You know, tickets are so hard to get to come to this event, Alyssa. People, they actually have to auction like a lottery of tickets. Yeah. It's crazy. So we want to say a huge thanks to our friends who hooked us up with some passes. We won't say who they are, but a huge thanks to them for getting us in, because we only decided to come here 3 days ago.
Yep, just came.
Just came. We just showed up. We're like, hey, how do we get into this thing? And they're like, we got you hooked up. All right, let's continue along. We'll see you in the next. Well, we got some crazy things to look at right off the bat. So obviously Cullinan, not electric, but this is the first time I'm able to bring to you on our channel the Rolls-Royce Spectre. And it is the electric Rolls-Royce, if you will.
It is a spectacle.
It is a spectacle. We listened into the press conference this morning. They've already done some initial journalist first drives. Our invitation must have been lost in the mail for those, but hopefully we'll have a drive at some point in the future. And essentially it's got a lot of the same tech from the BMW i7 in here. There's a lot of technology sharing, but two-door coupe, very Rolls-centric. Not as much range as you would think. I think only 290 miles, 280 miles of EPA
But why do you
range.
need much?
That was Rolls-Royce's thing. They're like, our customers only drive a few thousand miles a year. Electric is perfect. And I've been saying this for a long time, that luxury cars should be fully electric. Rolls-Royce spent so much time perfecting that V12. We've reviewed a few different Rolls-Royces on this channel over the years, and it is the most electric-like combustion experience. But why not just make it electric? And that's what they've done here. 6-phase motor in the rear, absolutely amazing. Dual motor, CCS fast charging. Don't really know many of the specs, to be honest. Something that we need to research and, of course, do a video on. Come join us up this way. And you can just take a quick peek into the interior here. You'll see absolutely beautiful. If you peek in the correct coach style doors here. Very, very cool. I believe the umbrella comes up out of the front, so every Rolls-Royce needs to have an umbrella. The center caps that always stay upright. Love it. So cool. Can't wait to drive it and do some more interesting things with it. But we have more to see and more to show. So I guess, where do we go to next? We've already done some Kia stuff. We can always make our way back over there. What do you say we go to Lotus?
Yeah, let's go over here.
Okay, so if we head over this way, we'll see just some amazing Lotus vehicles. And I'm skipping over some of my dream cars. Nope, Lotus is right here.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know,
we'll
just
give
amazing.
You guys a good look out of everything.
Yep, old Porsches, Speedsters. There's even an Isetta over here, which is just so cool. I'd love to do an electric Isetta one day as a conversion. How cool would that be?
That would be super cute. That could maybe replace the smart car, but that would be it.
That's right. Don't ever pull in too close to anything with an Isetta, because the whole front opens up. So right off the bat, right here, again, we're just keeping it electric. I'm curing my, or I'm trying to dampen my excitement for like a 300 SL Gullwing, my ultimate dream car over there. But come take a look at this. Lotus Avaya right off the bat. Absolutely gorgeous to see in person. My first time I'm seeing this car in person, and wow, a Lotus supercar, fully electric. This is a car I cannot wait to have a go in at some point. If you look at the interior, just so cool, of course, but there's one particular design detail I really want to show you on this car, and that is if you come right back here and get nice and low, you can literally see right through the car. Just absolutely crazy air management on this particular thing. There's so much you can do when you don't have a combustion engine or exhaust in the way of all of your rolls. You can see overflows for the dampers up top. Just amazing. I don't know fully the specs on this, but this is a car I cannot wait to experience. Another car I can't wait to drive either is this one right over here, This is the first time I'm able to bring the Lotus Electra on this channel. I keep wanting to call it the Electra, but there's no C in there. It's the Electra, and this is Lotus's fully battery electric SUV. And I can just pop the door open here for you so you can see inside. You got top motors, I believe torque vectoring in the rear, super fast DC charging, really great performance all around. Bjorn has tested this car and has just raved about it. So we're working with Lotus to get a review unit for our trip in Europe very soon so we can do all the cool stuff as well. So if you're watching from Lotus, we need this car for a few days to do all the Autobahn top speed runs and everything with this thing because it just looks amazing. The design up front, very cool. Again, Lotus coming in with really neat air management right through here. These really cool scoops you can see down here as well. Very neat, cool design. This particular one is a Euro spec car that was sent over this way, and so it has a CCS2 port on it. So yeah, just really neat, cool car. Lots of room in the back seat as well. If you just take a look back here, I can show you very quickly. Glass roof up top.
She just emulates.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the coolest electric SUVs.
Definitely next level.
It is for sure next level, cool details. But we don't want to get in the way of other people filming, so let's rock and roll. We got more stuff to see. Let's blast on through. There's a whole row of Porsche 959s over here, which is, oh, mind-blowing, just so cool. Actually, if we head over here, here's a car that is very interesting because no one's talking about it. Do you know what it is?
This Hennessy?
No, that everyone's talking about. Very cool to see so many Hennessy Venom F5s here. Yeah. We're not talking combustion stuff though. No. Those are wild. Actually, what John Hennessy earlier said, we're going to show these electric guys what we're all about, and started up all of them and revved them. I was like, hell yeah, that was awesome. Because of course, you know, the new thing is all electric and they're old school combustion, just epic stuff. But the ZDX.
Yeah,
the car no one's talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of a
technical partnership between Acura and GM. We were lucky enough to attend the unveiling of this vehicle last night, and it is essentially built on GM Ultium platform underneath. But Acura has done some cool things: air suspension, adaptive damper, bigger brakes, 102 kilowatt hour battery pack. So it's same as Lyriq, same as Blazer, but great design, Alyssa.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. They really hit the ball out of the park with this one.
I mean, my impression of this car is just so much higher than Lyriq or Blazer. Pricing starts at about 60 grand. This is the ZDX Type S, so this is the spicy one with all the things in it. And we'll do a full walk around tour, so stay tuned for an in-depth tour. But I just don't see how you could buy a Lyriq or a Blazer when this is on the market.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I also have a few concerns. Acura chose to go and basically buy their electric powertrain. They didn't engineer it from the ground up to be theirs. So I don't know if they'll be able to have the Acura great handling, good feel. For example, no double wishbone front suspension that Acura's always had in this vehicle. So I worry about them having their character come through. The second is GM can't build Lyriqs or Blazers or any Ultium vehicle. So is this going to be another one that they can't build enough of? I don't know. But either way, it'll be built in the US. It should qualify for the tax credit. Over 300 miles of range, up to 500 horsepower in this particular spec, rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Everything here looks good to me. I just hope they can build enough of them, and I hope it drives way better than the Lyriq, because the Lyriq, you know, this is supposed to be a sporty SUV, and it's got a completely different suspension system. It needs it, for sure. So, what else is there to show? GT4 RS. Spider RS.
Yeah.
Sneak these in there.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, just glance. Oh, just the most amazing, the most amazing argument to go against electric right there. Even though Porsche builds some of the best electric cars with the Taycan and soon to be Macan. Can't wait to share those with you. The Macan stories here towards the end of the year. It sounds like we'll be able to do some stuff with that car.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
That'll be so exciting. That's the make or break for Porsche.
Yeah, they better nail it.
Because then, you know, that platform, also Cayenne to come, just going to be amazing. So here you can see all of the Hennessy Venoms. Next to Hennessy, of course, is the Zenvo booth. If you guys don't follow Shmee150 on YouTube, I highly encourage you to follow Shmee's channel. He owns a Zenvo TSRS, which is so cool. This is their new model, and he has a full walk-around tour, of course, of this car. I wish you know, it'd be so cool to one day cover this hypercar, supercar space, but unfortunately, or fortunately, we're very lucky to be able to do what we do. We're covering Lyrics and ZDXs.
Yeah.
But we also are able to bring to you the Rimac Nevera over here. So a very cool car, probably the most technically impressive car on the market, not just electric car. Mate Rimac, first of all, cool dude. I don't really fanboy over anyone, but Mate is a guy I just know is epic. He's here walking around actually. I'd love to say hi before the event is over. We watched him unveil this car here. This is basically a special edition Rimac Nevera that is called the Time Attack, and it's to celebrate all of the recent records that Rimac has achieved by doing, you know, basically they went and broke like a whole bunch of Guinness World Records in one day. And I have to say, the car is pretty understated, which I really like. I know it looks crazy, but Alyssa, don't you think compared to some of the other things out there, this is pretty toned down?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you know, you know.
That's right. And this is a customer car who's kind enough to let everyone check it out. We actually got to see the guy who owns it, so cool dude. And they're gonna go out and do drifting and donuts with it tomorrow and go shred it up, and Mate's gonna do some skids with him, so that'll be really cool to see. It just seems like such a cool company with such a cool guy running it with an amazing mission to build the best hypercars on the market. And you know, we were talking to them, they're like, you can drive it, we just need to find a car. So I like can't wait to go for my first drive in this at some point soon. Alyssa, your final impressions before we move on?
I think it's just so cool, and I would love a chance to sit and drive around in it.
I don't want to crash it. It's multi-million dollars.
Yeah, I wouldn't drive it, but I would sit in it and
okay.
drive around with people.
Well, I think we're kind of in this area. Maserati has some electrics as well. The Folgores, I think is how they call it. I'm not great with my Italian pronunciations. They don't have any on display right now, but we will swing by the Maserati house tomorrow, and we'll put that in a video to come. So we'll definitely cover some Maserati electrics. We're really covering the top of the top. Lamborghini has their electric over here, and we'll just do one final through. So this should be a relatively quick video. You're seeing a very quick glimpse into the hypercar space, the supercar space, and it's just next level. So let's continue on. Let's go find some more things. Okay, more to explore, friends. Let's continue. Down we go. I'm looking at the new GT3 with the Manthey Racing kit. Oh, so cool. Okay. EVs, that's right. Here we have the Myers Manx. Now, a lot of you are familiar with the Volkswagen-based Manx. We've actually done some videos with them. With a friend of mine has one. When the ID4 launched, we actually got this car and the ID4 together, which was cool. But what's cool about this is they're going full electric. So let me show you over here what's going on. I think you guys will find this pretty interesting. Oh, I'm so sorry about that as I bump into everyone. Look at this. This is their neighborhood electric vehicle concept that is going to work on entering production very soon. It's bespoke from the ground up, inspired, of course, by the original Manx. It is, you know, a continuation of the company, if you will. 20 kilowatt hour battery pack or 40 kilowatt hour battery pack. They'll have dual motor in the rear, so one for each wheel. You're good to go through, thank you. And just looks amazing. Alyssa, what's your impression of this?
I mean, I would give it.
Really loud. We gotta pause because we'll get copyrighted. All right, guys, will you join me over here at the Lamborghini booth? Our friend Tim, Shmi150, just over here. Take a look at this, the Lamborghini Lanzador. Now, this is just a concept, fully electric, 2+2, a little bit of a lifted Lamborghini, similar to like a Serato and an Urus kind of mixed together. Slight off-road, I don't know, it seems very interesting to me. Just a concept, again, coming out probably around 2028. But I think what's more interesting than this is, what do you guys think about the idea of a fully electric Lamborghini? Now, of course, we cover EVs on this channel more than any other type of vehicle, and I think it's great. However, Lamborghini has always represented the loud and shouty nature of, you know, the car world. And of course here, well, you're not really going to have that, unless if you do, it'll be synthetic. So I'm sure the specs are going to be outrageous when it launches in just a few years from now. I think they have a lot of work to do. The fan base is certainly seemingly conflicted at this moment, but it's an interesting time. And so a lot to explore here with an electric future for Lamborghini. Of course, part of Volkswagen Group with a commitment to go fully electric. This will be interesting to see what tech they use, how it all comes out over the years. I think it's still too early to tell exactly what this is going to be made of. And so, yeah, the excitement here certainly buzzing, but everyone's of course very excited about the new Revuelto, which I wish I could bring to you, but watch Tim's video. You'll see all of that on there. So pretty sick, the new Lamborghini Lanzador. And guys, Kia is here, of course, showing their EV6, but I just wanted to show you, this is not a GT, but it is a special edition, which I think is kind of funny, celebrating automotive journalists with the NAC Toy, North American Car Truck of the Year winner. So they painted it green, it's got a plaque, it's got a nice beige interior. It's just a color commemorative scheme. To me, it kind of feels like they just needed to do something for this event, so they just painted it green. Alyssa, your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's kind of like a let's just phone it in type situation. And here we have the Hispano Suiza. We've seen this vehicle a few times on the channel. It's still one that I find fairly confusing because it's just, to me, not beautiful. But it is technically okay. They say about 180 kilowatt charging, which for a supercar may be quite low, but it has just over 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, 800 volt system architecture, all done in-house. Motors in-house, battery in-house. I believe Samsung or LG cells, can't quite remember. Software in-house, and to be honest, it kind of looks like it. Yeah, I don't know. This just has never really done it for me. $2 million supercar, if you will, but it's got too much wheel gap. Needs to sit lower. The original family owned from back in the day, back when the Hispano Suiza was you know, a production car in the early 1900s. That same family carried the lineage to today. And here we see the Hispano Suiza, you know, just looking pretty interesting. Not for me though. Let's continue. And I think there is an electric car over here. Very interestingly, the Lexus RZ Sport Concept. It might be making its debut for this event. If it's not, it's definitely here. I don't know if this is the first time it's being shown, but it's an RZ 450e with the spicy bits on it. And whoa, I have to say, they have done one hell of a job making the RZ 450e look incredible. Very JDM tuner vibes here. Absolutely loving it, actually. This is all the fun it should be about. Now, the double spoiler situation, I'm not sure. It's actually an RZ 600e, so even a spicier one. We haven't seen that yet. We've only seen the 450e. So dual motor, more power. Again, just a concept, so not 100% sure everything that this is going to contain. Full carbon bucket seats on the inside. Very, very interesting build here. But I'm glad to see Toyota actually showcasing a battery electric, and by Toyota I mean Lexus. And then of course the LC500, one of my all-time favorite cars, right next to it. Amazing how they can go from making, honestly, a pretty subpar EV, at least in production form, and then one of truly the best V8 sounds over here in the LC500. So still plenty more to explore here at the event. Let's continue. I thought we were ending the video, but no, take a look at this, a NIO EP9. Super cool car from the Chinese automaker NIO. Didn't expect to see this here. I've actually seen, not this particular car, but I have seen an EP9 a few times before. My understanding is they just would ship the batteries in between the cars from different places. We've seen this at their California headquarters, and of course in Oslo when we did the full NIO tour. So Alyssa, I think that's every electric car here at the Quail. There's certainly going to be a lot more at the rest of the car week, but yeah, we wanted to bring everyone to show what EVs were shown at like the most exclusive, craziest car event of the year. What was your impression?
I mean, there's a lot more to come. It seems like a lot of people are getting a little bit more interested in it, but I mean, this is for the gearheads. I don't want this culture to ever go away. So
yeah, this should always stay combustion. I totally agree, with some EVs in the mix. And yeah, we're gonna go enjoy the rest of it, enjoy some gas-powered machinery that's used on the weekends. We'll leave you now from the NIO EP9. What an amazing looking car. Probably still one of the best automotive designs. And it's all the way back from 2016. See you in another Out of Spec Reviews video soon. This was an absolute blast. Bye-bye.